successful kickboxing career into an even more successful MMA one, which resulted in the biggest win of his career and the fattest paycheck of his life. So let's start with his first martial arts love, kickboxing. Number 7. DDP's early life. Dricus Du Plessis was born on January 14, 1994. His parents, Jamie and Gerda Du Plessis, raised Dricus and his two brothers in Hatfield, Pretoria, South Africa. Dricus' parents have since retired and spend their downtime relaxing in South Africa. And Dricus is the youngest brother, and we're sure he got his fair share of big brother treatment from his two older brothers. Maybe that's what toughened him up to succeed in MMA later in his life. Perhaps having two brothers is the best base for MMA, as John Jones also grew up horsing around with his super athlete brothers. And it didn't take long for Dricus to show interest in fighting, as from a young age he was passionate about different forms of martial arts training. Number 6. How he started MMA. MMA is a discipline of many different forms of martial arts and at several beating in judo. And from there, he switched focus to kickboxing when he turned 14. Kickboxing and Dricus were a match made in heaven as he continued to excel in that combat sport and even became a WAKO world champion in K1 style kickboxing. However, the ugly truth is that it is tough to make a living in combat sports, especially ones that don't have large viewerships or sponsorship money. It was for financial reasons that Dricus turned his attention from kickboxing to MMA. In 2013, Dricus made his MMA debut, competing in Extreme Fighting Championship in Brakpan, Gauteng, South Africa. There he defeated his opponent in just 1 minute and 18 seconds. After this, he set his goal of winning the Middleweight Championship. When he finally got his shot at the belt, he decided to go all in on his MMA career and dropped out of the University of Pretoria, where he was studying agricultural economics. Judging by how things have turned out for Dricus since that move, it is safe to say that he made the right decision. And if you don't believe us, just take a look at all the things he has already accomplished in his career. Number 5. Career accomplishments. Dricus' list of accomplishments has to start with his kickboxing career. In 2012, he became the first ever World Association of Kickboxing Organization K1 World Champion from South Africa. Now that is a pretty big deal. Once he moved to MMA, Dricus earned both the welterweight and middleweight titles at Extreme Fighting Championships. After which, he then won the KSW welterweight crown.
Again, looking for that left. Oh, he got rocked. Down goes the champion.
Since then, he has made his way to the biggest fighting organization in the world, the UFC. Even though his fighting style looks a little awkward and it may seem that he is out of breath at times, in the middle of his fights, he has found tremendous success in the world. He has finished 5 of the 6 fighters he has faced in the UFC, which includes 2 Performance of the Night bonuses and a Fight of the Night bonus. So far, his biggest achievement has been knocking out Robert Whittaker at UFC 290. Those who know Whittaker understand how huge this win really was. Whittaker is one of the greatest middleweights of all time and will surely find his way into the Hall of Fame. And Dricus simply ran over him with his size, strength, and excellent game plan. With that win, Dricus became only the second man to beat Whittaker at middleweight, and for his troubles, he secured himself a title fight. Along with the title, he has also set himself up for some nice paydays in the future. But let's take a look at some of his paychecks from the past. Number 4. MMA Paydays. Prior to making his way to the UFC, Dricus spent a large portion of his career fighting in organizations in South Africa and Poland. But the exact figures of his deals aren't that well known, but he did win championships there and had plenty of sponsorship gear, so we assume that he did well for himself. With the UFC, he has had 6 fights. For his very first win in the octagon, Dricus only earned $23,000, despite winning via knockout in the first round. He continued his knockout streak as for his trouble, he earned a $50,000 Performance of the Night bonus, which brought his grand total up to $103,000. Not a bad pay. Just went back down to earn $52,000, and he left the night without a bonus. But he wouldn't stay bonusless for long, as one Fight of the Night honors the next time that he stepped into the octagon. Dricus would take home another $100,000 check for submitting Darren Till and putting on a show for the crowd. Next time Dricus stepped into the octagon, he would win via a corner stoppage in the second round. This earned him $66,000 and also set him up for a title eliminator fight against Robert Whittaker, which we already said he knocked out of the park. Not only Dricus earned $85,000 to show and another $85,000 to win, he also won a Performance of the Night bonus, which brought his overall earnings to $225,000, which is the largest of his career, but likely will be topped by his next paycheck as he is set to fight for the title. His performance was so good that his social media account has been going wild ever since. Number 3. Social media. Dricus keeps in touch with his fans from all over the world on Instagram. Currently, he has nearly 200,000 followers on the app. His feed is generally filled with training footage and pictures, but you also get a behind-the-scenes look into his day-to-day life. There you can see his fun and charismatic personality as he tries out things like the Hot Wings Challenge or participates in rugby ceremonies and travels around different parts of the world. Instagram is also the perfect spot for Dricus to give some love to his several sponsors and his team. Number 2. Sponsors. Dricus is the brand ambassador for CM Trading, which is a leading online trading platform. It has been voted the best broker in Africa 7 years in a row, so the partnership with one of Africa's best fighters seems like a no-brainer. Champions hang out with other champions. He also has a deal with Ultimate Sports Nutrition, which is considered one of the best nutritional brands in South Africa. Nowadays, sports betting is all the rage, so Dricus is also getting a cut from World Sports Betting. And if you're using that betting app, make sure to put some cash down on Dricus because he's looking unbeatable right now.
That's a huge moment for Du Plessis.
There we go.
He got it.
And if you want to look like Dricus and rock his hairstyle with crisp and flashy suits, you've got to go to Palladium Hair and hit up Grant Vandenberg for fashion tips. Lastly, Dricus is also sponsored by Luxury Time, but as we mentioned before, the numbers are about to go up as Dricus gets ready to fight for UFC gold.
And the man you will face next is standing to your right, the great Israel Adesanya.
Number 1, his net worth. Now, Dricus has been fighting professionally for a long time. Although his earlier career adventures in kickboxing earned him titles, he didn't get paid too well. And we doubt the paychecks he was earning in the smaller organizations were better than his first couple fight deals in the UFC. But as his stock has risen in the UFC, so has his paychecks, as well as his sponsorship money. Recently, he has been earning hundreds of thousands of dollars per fight, so we would estimate that overall, his net worth is somewhere between $800,000 to $1 million. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell beside it so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. And with that being said, you just watched us break down Dricus Du Plessis' story and lifestyle. We'll see you next time.